Karen Sullivan here from Soul Symbols Astrology and Tarot. I'm going to give you an Astro-Tarot reading based on the Uranus-Venus conjunction that is happening in Taurus. So Sun, Moon, Rising for all 12 signs. You will get the topics and themes of the houses that this conjunction arrives in, and I will pull some tarot and oracle to make it more personal for you to be able to look at those themes generally for all of you. If you want a more personal reading, you can check out soulsymbols.co.uk, where I have a launch discount, which is actually ending today, but I will extend until the 7th of July. It's a 25% discount on all readings, but this will be specifically for tarot readings to do with the Venus and Uranus. Okay, so readings start from £20 for 20 minutes up to £45 for an hour. So if you want a completely personal reading, then have a look at the site and book a reading before the 7th of July. All right, I'll see you at your Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Hello, Aries. I'm going to pull you a card for this big transit this week, which is Venus conjunct Uranus and Taurus, which is happening in your second house. So that is the house of money, resources, finances, values. It's everything you need to survive. So I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Sacred Rebels deck, which I thought was really appropriate for Uranus, the planet of revolution. So how to be a sacred rebel with your money. Okay, let's have a look. We'll split that and we'll pull. So this is the hunter, not the hunted. Okay, it's about wisdom. It's about not overspending, chasing your debts, chasing money, constantly focused on lack of, and being hunted down by your who you owe money to, or bills that need paying. It's having wisdom, that wisdom of the owl. The owl was actually a sacred symbol of Athena, the warrior goddess, and your Aries with Mars. You are that archetypal warrior. So yeah, Spirit's saying to you, hunt your opportunities, okay? Make the first move. The main message of the big read was open, apply, and move. So open to lightning changes in the realm of your finances and resources, okay? There may be lightning change. You might have a return from an investment, a tax rebate, money could come in from anywhere. So there's a sense that you don't need to hunt it. There's going to be changes, and they will be a sudden change. And it might not just be with your money, it might be with your values, or your relationship you have to money, how you feel about money. Uranus with Venus, is relationship, and it's sudden change in your relationship. So the way you value money or don't value money, the way you relate to all things financial. So that's your card. I'm going to pull you a challenge card and an opportunity card from the tarot. Okay. So your challenge, apart from being the hunter and not the hunted, is the High Priestess. Okay, so that really is a card of its mystery, it's hidden. Uranus is a kind of really that sudden lightning strike. It's quite hidden, you don't know till it's here, but it's a nod to you to kind of drop down, connect with your intuition, do your rituals, do yourself an abundance spell or whatever you do to in terms of your money, but drop down, okay, because this is that, yeah, it's that moon energy, isn't it? Drop down. So yeah, that is your challenge, to really tap into mystery. Okay, so if you worry a lot or you get anxious about money, then drop into the mystery. Have a look at money as energy exchange, as flow. If you're trying to manifest, look at where the blockages may be. just contemplate those things, because when Uranus strikes, and that will be this week at some point between the 30th of June and the 6th of July. So for all this week, just open to that. That's your challenge to drop down. And your opportunity, Four of Wands. So that's that beautiful, trying to get that in view. The Four of Wands is that beautiful, it's kind of homecoming. It's that energy of conjoining with others. So, in your relationships with those you share money with, or you have to pay bills with, have that sense of joining forces with them. Have that sense that good things are coming. Okay, that's your opportunity. Spirit is saying this lightning change, these things that are happening are going to be good things. Okay, so be the hunter, not the hunted. Okay, your challenge is to drop down to have a look at how your relationship with money and resources, and your opportunity is to join with others, to really have this positive outlook that things are going to, there's going to be a homecoming for your money and resources, so to speak. You're going to get that stability, that beautiful. This is in the Rider Waite, it's that 1111. It's kind of like your opportunity is to open to really have a look at the stability you've got there. Be open to stability coming if it's not there, but if it is, have that gratitude for your stability and look for more, look for a harvest. Okay, thank you. Aries, that's what I've got for you. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to give you a little tarot reading about the Uranus and Venus conjunction, which is breakthrough, break free in terms of relationships, love, money, values, sensuality, all that yummy stuff that Venus brings you. Okay, so this conjunction is happening in your first house. It's everything about you, your identity, your character, your body. With Venus there, it's your sense of style, your sense of luxury, aesthetics, anything that is about you, your desires, your sensuality, your sexuality. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a card from the Sacred Rebel deck, because it's Uranus, and Uranus is known for rebellion and revolution. So that Sacred Rebellion, Taurus. Right, let's have a look. What have we got for you? Big bold vision, Taurus. You've had Uranus for 7 years in your first house, like really changing. This is the culmination. It's at the 29th degree. So you may find the sudden change is a big, bold vision for you, for your life, your body, your health, your identity. It's been 7 years in the making, and there's a fruition here. There's low hanging fruit for you. So look for that big, bold vision. Okay, look for the fruit of what's opening up to you. Okay, and when you see it, because the words of the main read were open, apply, and move. Open to it, receive that vision, receive the cementing of vision will often come over a period of time. So look at the visions you've had for yourself, for your identity, for how you want to, be in the world, everything. So that's a big, bold vision that Spirit is asking you to have. So be open to that. Be open to the lightning strike that brings that in. So So now I'm going to pull you a tarot card, one for your challenge and one for your opportunity, with this big bold vision surrounding you, your identity, your body, yourself. And that big bold vision can be as simple as a new health regime, that you want to lose weight or you want to tone up, or, any of those subjects are applicable here. Okay, so let's halve the deck. So that's beautiful. You have the Father of Cups, which is the King of Cups. Okay. So this is talking about your emotions. It's talking about, how do you feel in your body? How the sun is in Cancer at the moment. So it's talking about embodiment, that's that embodiment. So how do you feel in your body? You know, how do you feel about those around you, those you relate to? check out your feelings. This is your challenge. Something may come up that is a bit of a lightning bolt in terms of your emotions, in terms of where you may be stuck, but also in terms of where you're doing brilliantly well, you know. So open up to that. That's your challenge. Really drop into your feeling body, really, your sense of emotion, your felt sense. What are you feeling around you? What are you desiring? What are you wanting? You know, um, so that is your challenge and your opportunity. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. It's probably it's the star. This is this light. This is probably in light. It's probably in light of Uranus being in your first house for 7 years. Okay. So this is hopes, wishes, and dreams. What do you hope? What do you wish? What do you dream for yourself? There's going to be a lightning strike that opens up an opportunity for you to pursue or to move fully into your hopes, dreams, and wishes. What have you been cultivating about your desires, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes over the last 7 years? And since your Venus has been in there, the ruler, the lord of your chart, she's very happy. That's her domicile. You know, she would have been showing you since June time things that you want, things that you desire. You know, is there enough sensuality? Is there enough sex in your life? Is there enough relating? Is there enough intimacy? Um, are you fully embodied? Are you taking care of your body? Have you started on a new health regime and looking to reach a goal with that? Just have a look. They are your that is your sorry, that is your opportunity that's coming to you, that beautiful star. Wish upon a star, Taurus. All right, that's what I've got for you. Thank you. Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to do a little personalised read for you on this um, Uranus Venus conjunction, which is happening in your 12th house. So that can be the hidden things, the things in your subconscious. So when Uranus comes in with his unexpected change in bolt of lightning, it probably will be really unexpected for you. Okay, but this is also a house of where you can come to terms. Uranus has been there for 7 years, so you may have had a lot uncovered there in terms of what's hidden. He may have been breaking through, breaking free, and this is the culmination of it. Okay, so we'll have a look at what the sacred rebel, because Uranus is the odd type of rebellion. So we've got the sacred rebel. So let's have a look at what this oracle card says for you. This is beautiful. It is dream a beautiful dream. So, whatever you've been dreaming, particularly over the last 7 years, and literally in your dreams, what you've been remembering of your dreams, what's been coming to light, or your dreams, as in your hopes and dreams, something will burst through, something that has been cooking over the last 7 years, okay, is going to come smashing through for you, a lightning strike, okay? And this could really free you up from, where you felt blocked or a bit stagnant or a bit unmotivated, or there's lots of angst and things in the way, yeah, obstacles in your way, which the 12th house, or even self-sabotage, patterns of self-sabotage. There might be a lightning strike that gives you one gem of information that frees you, from probably that eight of swords in the last read. Okay, so dream a beautiful dream. Be open to a beautiful dream unexpectedly dropping in your lap. Okay, it'll be based on, the work that you've done, but it will resonate with you. So it's extremely hot here. I'm very hot. So I'm going to pull you a tarot card to see what your challenge is and what your opportunity is. Okay. So let's have a look. So your challenge is the Six of Wands. Okay. So the six are good. It's a number of Venus actually. So it's it's metamorphosing into that butterfly. I mentioned the Eight of Wands, and in the main read there was that card of the Eight of Wands with the butterfly trapped in the cocoon. So your challenge is to think beyond the cocoon. If all obstacles were out of your way, if you didn't feel stuck, um, How would you like to metamorphose? What would you like to metamorphose in? You know, you've got this dream, a big dream. So how would you like that to go, Gemini? Yeah, that's your challenge, to dream that big dream. And your opportunity is the Mother of Pentacles. So that is the Queen of Pentacles. So it's that beautiful nurture of the material. So perhaps your dream being in Taurus, you know, Taurus in your 12th house, that is the earthy material stuff, ruled by the Empress, who sat there as well as Venus. Okay. So your opportunity is to bring emotionally, physically, these things to fruition. What are you nurturing right now? What have you been nurturing or building and looking after for the last 7 years? Could be children, could be your family, it could be a work project, it could literally be your money, a business. You know, what material thing have you been nurturing? Because there's your opportunity. There's a culmination of what you've been nurturing coming. Okay. So when you see that come, receive it, open, receive it, apply it to your life and move with it, and you'll have good luck. Okay, Gemini, that's what I've got for you. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This Uranus Venus conjunction is happening in your 11th house. So that's the house of communities, groups, and that could be your online communities, your physical communities. It's about benefactors, people who are going to help you, your hopes, dreams, and wishes. So they're the areas that this is happening in. Okay, so really top is the relationship. I'm going to pull you. Oh, and I didn't even get that out. It flew out. An oracle card from the Sacred Rebel deck, because Uranus is a rebel. Okay. Wow. So you've got the card going beyond normal. So everything that you think's normal at the moment in terms of your groups, the relationships, your connections online, could be your hopes and dreams are of a business, an online business, turning a hobby or something you love and are passionate about into monetizing it and being able to bring in that money, you know, and a bit of luxury and security for yourself. This may come through a benefactor or groups of people who can help you. You might have an upturn if you've already got an online business. You might have an upturn in subscribers if it's a YouTube channel, or you might have an upturn in business of products being bought. It could simply just be that you have, you know, just your groups expand, your social contacts, the things that bring you kind of that sense of pleasure. So, and we can't tell with Uranus what's going to come because it's unexpected change, but be open to all that. Okay. So, and go beyond normal, open to things that you wouldn't normally open to. If that opportunity, you receive that opportunity or that insight, just apply that and go beyond your comfort zone. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a card, one for the challenge you have in this, and one for the opportunity that's there. But there's a lot of opportunities there. 11th house is a house of good fortune, and in your first house you have the wonderful Jupiter, you know, bringing fertility and abundance there. So you're in good stead in the cosmos. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, one zips out there. So your challenge is the Ten of Wands. So that's that carrying too much, isn't it? You know, are you looking at what you need, what your true desires are, or are you carrying too much of other people's stuff? Are you nurturing, overstretching yourself with your nurture, your love, your care for other people? You need to look at that and bring some balance to that. And then maybe, you know, this is a challenge. You may be challenged with if you're overstretching. Um, you may be challenged about what you desire to nurture and what you feel obligated to nurture. There's so many expressions of it, but as I said, Uranus, it's unexpected change. But this is talking, you're being challenged about the burden you're carrying, the amount you're carrying, and your opportunity in that is the card we had in the main read. So that's the Eight of Swords. Your opportunity will be to free yourself from self-sabotage or free yourself from where you feel imprisoned, too cocooned. You may have just cocooned yourself, you know, to keep yourself safe. But yeah, your opportunity is to be able to get out of that and to become the butterfly, not remain constantly cocooned. Okay, Cancer. So go beyond the normal, particularly your sense of safety. All right. That's what I have for you, Cancer. Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to pull you a card from the Sacred Rebels deck because Uranus is a rebel, full of rebellion. So your this Venus and Uranus conjunction is happening in your 10th house of it's your public face. It's what you do face fronting instead of in your private space. So this would be your work. It could be any kind of public facing thing that you do that can be online, that can be your hobby out in the community, whatever it is, where you interact publicly. Okay, so we're going to have a look where this sudden change, this breakthrough, break free, lightning strike, kind of the flavour of it. I can't predict. You can never predict with Uranus. Okay, so let's have a look. See what's going on for you. Ah, so we have restore and replenish. So it could be, Leo, you know, that you need a bit of that Venus pampering. Okay. You need a bit more beauty, pleasure, sensuality. You might need a lovely sound bath or a good time in the bedroom. You know, it's that sense of because this is your public facing, it's kind of showing you that you may need to take some time to restore and replenish. So this Uranus transit is a culmination of 7 years. So how have you been feeling in public? You know, what sort of things have been coming up for you in your workplace, in your charity job, you know, out in the community, online, whatever it is, what has been coming out? What's been hinted at because unexpected change is going to come there, and I think whatever it is going to bring you that beauty of Venus, that is that restoration and that replenishing. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at the tarot cards and see what is your challenge, and oh, there's your challenge just fallen out, and what is your opportunity. Okay, so we'll have a look at that. So I'll have a look at your challenge first. Okay, so the challenge, funny enough, is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles is that it's that harvest, it's the hard work, it's the skill, it's you know, that spider weaving his web. So probably over the last 7 years, you've been working hard to craft something. You've been using your skill and your energy to bring something in the material. I mean, it is a 10th, Taurus in your 10th house, it's earth energy. So it is that pentacle energy. So your challenge would be to look at what you've weaved and look how you are, you know, with that restore and replenish. How's your body? How are you feeling in your body? What are your relationships like? Has the work taken over the time that you've got for relationship pleasure? You know, time to look after the things that give you pleasure. Is this still your desire? It's a culmination of 7 years and it's the anaretic degree. So it's going to pass out of there. Yeah, so there may be sudden changes in those areas, how you work, what you're creating. But you can't tell with Uranus, really can't tell. But that's your challenge to look at that, to look at what you've been crafting, what you've been doing there with your pentacles. And it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be any particular thing. It doesn't even have to be monetary, but it's something earthy, something based on the earth. So your opportunity is wonderful. It's temperance. Okay. So this is the card of Sagittarius. Yes, Sagittarius energy, but temperance is the ultimate alchemy. It's bringing together the fire and the water. So whatever you're passionate about in terms of your public face, however you're feeling in the public, you know, these are the things that are going to be brought together. Okay, and it is, as I said, with that restore and replenish. You know, there seems to be a need to be looking after yourself and your relationships and the things that you love. and there's going to be some alchemy to do there for you. So I think in the last reading with that separation, I think you're going to get a really clear view of something that is taken away from your sense of freedom, beauty, pleasure. Something that may have been making you feel hemmed in. So expect that sudden change and that sudden revelation. And there's an opportunity for you to bring those things together and make something new as Uranus and Venus move into Gemini. Okay, that's what I've got for you, Leo. Hope that was helpful. Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Reading. I'm here to give you a reading. I'm here to give you a reading about this Uranus-Venus conjunction that is happening in your ninth house, said to be the house of God in ancient astrology. So this will be about higher learning. So that could be kind of university-like learning. But it could also be that higher mind, that universal cosmic mind. It can be a spiritual house. It can be areas to do with long travels, so foreign places, cultures. So all those kind of subjects are covered. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull you a card from the Sacred Rebel deck because Uranus is a rebel. So yeah, we'll have a look what the cards say, and then I'll pull tarot to find your challenge and your opportunity. Okay, so what have you got? Oh, beautiful. Spirals of manifestation. So maybe it is that you've been learning about manifestation. You've been trying to find ways over these past 7 years of bringing your dreams to fruition, either through techniques of manifestation or just through hard work, and devotion. It could be spiritual. It could be something you're actually learning at university or on, any course. It could be the spiritual sciences, astrology, tarot, divination, any of those things. But you've been trying to create this beautiful manifestation for yourself, okay? Now, this Venus has to do with money as well. So it may be that you've been trying to monetize something that you're loving doing, and there may have been some blockages or whatever. But this unexpected change, this lightning strike, will be in those areas, as I said, for you. It could bring the most beneficial change. So you could end up going abroad. You could end up going abroad and meeting someone who you fall in love with, or you could fall in love with the country, the beauty of a country. You might want to emigrate. All these things. You cannot predict what Uranus is going to do. Okay, but this is about your spirals of manifestation. What you've been doing over the last 7 years. So I'm going to pull out a tarot card for your challenge, and another for your opportunity. So for your challenge is strength. Okay. Strength. Now that's Leo, that's your 12th house. So maybe you felt a bit blocked as you've been trying to manifest, as you've been trying to work hard to gain higher qualifications, or in your spiritual pursuits, or you've been trying hard to get yourself abroad or to emigrate. There may be all sorts of things there. It could even come down to you've fallen in love with someone who lives a long distance away, and you've had hurdles at being able to either they move here or you move there, wherever you're living, wherever they're living. But that sense of something that, your challenge has been staying strong and staying brave. And Leo's in your 12th house, so you may not have been fully conscious of this, but Spirit is telling you he sees your strength. He sees how you've persevered and you've tried, okay? So that is your challenge. And for your opportunity, you have the Four of Pentacles. So this is the one that looks like it's the king on the hill with the, hanging on to the Four of Pentacles. But I see this as a stability. It's a kind of material stability. And it is Taurus in your ninth, and that is earth. It is the material. It is Pentacles, even though it's a spiritual as well. So it may be that you will be able to, embody those manifestations, actually wear them, actually, have your third eye highlighted, and activated. It could be that you are going to be able to bring home that sense of security. I mean, four is stability, it's a sense of stability. So, whatever you've been trying to do, I think Uranus will bring a sudden change in all those areas I talked about and give you that sense of stability. So, keep spiraling. All right, Virgo, that's what I've got for you. Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. A bit more of a personalised. It's still general, but a personalised read for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You have this Uranus Venus conjunction in your eighth house. It's the house of other people's money, and usually big money. So inheritance, it can be. It can also be returns on investments. You know, money that you haven't earned. It might be a massive tax rebate or a compensation payout, but it's money you don't earn, usually chunky money. Okay. But also it's about contracts. So I'm going to pull you a sacred rebel card. Your Venus is the lord of your chart sitting in that eighth house. So it does bode well for you. So I'll pull you a sacred rebel card. Uranus is the planet of revolution and rebellion. So, oh, sacred rebel. There you go. Here it is. Oh, interesting. If that was the same card that came out for Virgo, I think. So it's spirals of manifestation. So you may have been trying to manifest money, manifest abundance, manifest beauty, love, relationship. Okay. You may find that in those areas I specified about inheritance, it may be that that inheritance manifests, that return on that investment manifests for you. Okay. You may have felt blocked. Or you may have worked really, really hard on these investments in terms of the last 7 years since Uranus has been in your eighth house. Okay. So that is the kind of what you've been doing with your eighth house is trying to manifest. Well, that might be coming. I'll pull two cards here, one for your challenge and one for your opportunity. See what else the cards have to say. They seem to have popped out there. We'll take those two. So your challenge, these white cards don't work very well on this. Yeah, your challenge is the Five of Wands. Okay, so this can be conflict, this can be vying for position. If we're talking about things like inheritance, it could be that there's been infighting among the family. There may be an unexpected change in that area. It could be, it could be a vying for leadership in terms of business, or for your partner, because this can also be your partner's money. But yeah, there's your challenge has been that conflict, 7 years. I'm not saying you've 7 years of conflict, but it might have been uncomfortable, this journey. And then your opportunity is the Son of Cups. That's the Knight of Cups. Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's emotive. It's artistic. It is. There we are. To keep it at an angle, it's the reflection coming through the window in front of me. Not a good place to hold these cards up. Yeah. So the Son of Cups. So yeah, the Knight of Cups. You're looking at beauty there. So there might be resolution of legal matters, in your Libra, you want that balance, you want that justice. And in terms of your eighth house, that's also about legal matters, it's the other place of Venus, the other temple of Venus. So it really bodes well for you, Libra. But this is an opportunity. So your sudden change, I think, may come, or unexpected change around those money issues, or the big money, and also the money of your partner. Okay, that's what I've got for you, Libra. Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to give you a quick read, filter it down a bit more in terms of general. So it's still general, but not as general as the first read, the main read. So you have this Uranus and Neptune. Uranus and Neptune. So you have this Uranus and Venus conjunction in your seventh house of relationships. So it is relationships, it is pleasure, it's the things that people do after the sun goes down. So enjoyment, it's art of Kama, Kama, pleasure, what you desire. Okay, but specifically with Venus there, it's to do with relationships, beauty. It could be to do with your relationships with mother, sister, wife, partner, females. So I'm going to pull you a Sacred Rebel card because Uranus is a rebel. Okay, so I will pull this to have a look what Spirit is saying from the Oracle, and then I'll pull you two tarot to look at the challenge and your opportunity. Um, so we have after the storm. Okay, so that's the owl. The owl was a symbol of Athena, the warrior goddess. She was about wisdom, classical learning, yeah, war, obviously, conflict. So it could be that, over these past 7 years, you've had some difficulty with females, sisters, aunties, mothers, just females, um, partners, and particularly in your relationship with them. Or it could be that it's beautiful, but something is happening in their lives. But the good thing about this is after the storm. So this unexpected change is going to bring wisdom where there's been storms over the last month while Venus has been in there, but particularly over the last 7 years while Uranus has been there, because it's at the anaretic degree and is going into Gemini very shortly, as I said in the first read. It's the culmination of Uranus in Taurus. Won't be back there for 84 years. I'm doubting any of us will be around for that. So after the storm, so look at and if a storm comes as a result of this lightning strike, this uh, 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 unexpected change, the breakthrough, breakdown, breakout, break free, you know, just know that after that storm, gifts are being bought. The owl is carrying something beautiful. So yeah, so just know that wisdom's coming in for later. Right, I'll pull you a card, one for your challenge and one for your opportunity. Okay, so let's have a look at this, see what's going on for you, Scorpio. Okay. So, oh yeah, for your challenge, this depiction of the Nine of Swords. Okay, I mean, it is really kind of, you can see it, can't you? It's anxiety, it's worry, it's that what keeps you up at night, keeps your mind turning, wondering what to do, Scorpio, So that is your challenge, or has been your challenge for some time. Okay. So this breakthrough and break free could be to free you up from that. And it might be in terms of relationships that have been difficult. As I say, it could be with a sister or a mother, a female relative, your partner, female partner, well, any partner, because it's Venus and relationships. So, yeah, it could be the worry. There could be a kind of culmination of Uranus being in your seventh house with those issues coming to a head or breaking through, any battles that you've had, any worry, any concern or anxiety. So that is your challenge. Either has been or it will be for a short time. There may be some unexpected change that brings that worry, but don't worry because there's going to be a change. Yeah, and there we have the Eight of Cups, okay, and another card that looks quite heavy. But Scorpio, this is about moving on. It's broken cups. There's no more there. Emotionally, you're shattered. In the Rider Waite, it's the man walking in the moonlight away from the Eight of Cups. So I do see this as emotionally moving on. So whatever's been giving you mental anxiety and stress emotionally, the opportunity would be to move on from it, okay? And this sudden change, and this will be surrounding relationships, pleasure. It may be that you haven't been able to find a sense of pleasure, or you've kind of been so wrapped up in what's going on in your relationships that you've lost the pleasure principle. Yeah, so that you might be emotionally walking away from that anxiety, which allows that beautiful sensuality and pleasure to flow back in. Yeah, and that could be you or your partner. So after the storm, all will be well. Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to do you a more, still general, but a little bit more pointed in because there'll be less of you listening. Um, This is a reading for the Uranus and Venus conjunction, which is happening in your sixth house of Sagittarius. So that is the house of hard work. It can be about illness, conflict, what's called the house of bad fortune, unfortunately. And being Jupiterian in nature, Sagittarius, conflict, illness, not your bag, is it? So, and this has been transiting your Uranus has sixth house for 7 years. So this is the culmination, and Uranus is going to bring in that breakthrough, that breakout. It can also be to do with employees. So if you're a business owner, it can be to do with your employees, or it can be the employees as you, one of them who you're working with. You know, it can be conflict with the boss or unease within the workplace. But Venus is here bringing, you know, that beautiful harmony and balance. So there's going to be some beautiful breakthrough and breaking free of any patterns that have been a bit ingrained. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a sacred, oh, there it comes, a sacred rebel card. Uranus is the rebel. Yeah, look at that. Dive in for light. Beautiful card. So Spirit is saying that you have, you know, and as Jupiter influence, you've probably been looking for the silver line in the light in whatever difficulty's been going on. Okay. Um, yeah, and I'm getting the sense because the sixth house is around small pets. If you've lost a small pet, you know, that can bring a lot of darkness, a lot of heartache. But yeah, you've been diving for the light. You've been trying to find the joy and the opportunity, and you've been pushing forward to find the light, but it's also about diving for the light of your soul, you know, keeping your divine fire burning. So yeah, that's lovely. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a tarot card. What is your challenge? I think the challenge for the sixth house is quite clear, but it may be a challenge as this breakthrough comes. You know, the lightning strike, the sudden change comes, or it may be a challenge you've been dealing with just to confirm it. And then I'll pull a card for the opportunity that's there for you. So your challenge has been the Empress, which denotes Venus in Taurus. So it has been a challenge, Sagittarius. The hard work, whatever you've been doing, working hard, whether there's been conflict, that kind of you've had a bit of a loss of harmony, I'm getting. So there's going to be sudden change to that. Harmony is going to come back. And this is to double show you. So that challenge has been with relationships. It could have been you've been working hard and making little money. You know, Venus has to do with money. Could be the hard work has stopped you desiring the things that you want, you know, that you've had to pay the bills and you're just kind of running a bit on empty, not abundant. So there's your challenge. It may be that you find the sudden change comes and you see what has been depleting you see what has been stripping abundance, if that's what's been happening. You see what's up with how the relationships are within your workplace. But there's abundance coming. It's a promise of Venus. And yeah, that's a difficult one. And your opportunity is a nine of swords. If you've been having that kind of conflict and upset, you know, in the workplace or with your actual work, yeah, that kind of conflict does bring the nine of swords. I mean, that looks what it is, anxiety, so, you know, not being able to sleep at night, that constant mind churning, trying to work it all out. Okay. So the opportunity is for that to disappear. So when that sudden change comes, you're going to get that beautiful abundance, the Empress, that Venus can bring that harmony, that balance, that sensuality, that beauty, and an end to that conflict and anxiety in your mind. So you keep diving for light. You're going to find some beautiful light, Sagittarius. That's what I've got for. Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to give you a more personalised read about this Uranus and Venus conjunction, which is happening in your fifth house, which is it's called the House of Good Fortune and the Joy of Venus. So you've had Uranus there for 7 years, and you've had Venus in her temple, Taurus, but in her joy in your fifth house. So it's kind of a beautiful energy, but then we have Uranus kind of breaking things down and, you know, trying to restructure, and there'll come a breakthrough and break up, breakthrough, break up, break free. There'll be transformation going on there. The fifth house is about children. It's about fertility, good luck, good fortune. It's about pleasure. It can be about gambling. I mean, whether there's been an issue with the gambling on the stock market or at the bookies, as we say in the UK, on the horses or the dogs. Yeah, and there's been issues there. You know, that's, excuse me, that was my phone. That will uh, that is where the breakthroughs and breaking free will come. So I'll pull an oracle card to see what spirit wants to say through the oracle. Then I'll do a tarot card for your challenge and your opportunity. Okay, so oh, lovely card. Conscious connections. So this fifth house can sometimes be a lot about your pleasure, you know, the pleasure of your family. But this is asking for a kind of for you to be making conscious connections elsewhere. Spoke in the main read about connecting with your body, your soul, your environment, your neighborhood, the world, but yeah, it's asking for those conscious connections. So Uranus in your fifth house, has it been asking you to stop splurging out? Because Venus, it's her joy. She loves a bit of luxury, you know. She's also about money, but she's very strong there, Taurus in the fifth house. But it is about the good fortune, so it doesn't necessarily have to be bad things. But whatever you've learned over these 7 years with Uranus transiting there, there's going to be a breakthrough and a breaking free, maybe of conscious connections that you don't want anymore. It could be that, you know, could be to do with your children, could be to do with their connections and what has been good or not so good for them. Yeah, and it can be, you know, you making connections that are not good for you. So to make them a bit more consciously. Okay, so we'll have a look at your challenge either that you've been having or that this sudden change will bring, and your opportunity that will come as a result of that. So your challenge. Okay. So you've got the King of Swords. So that's been your challenge or will be your challenge. But this is about mastering your mind, really. So if that gambling of the fifth house has been something that has been happening, or there's been, you know, difficulties with your children there, or you've got a lot of children and a little money, or only one or two and a little money with the price of things these days. There's this sense that the Father of Swords, that mastery of your mind, is going to help with this breakthrough. So have a look how you're feeling about things, you know, wield your sword, cut off the things that are bringing you challenge. Do all that and also wait for this unexpected sudden change that's going to appear over the next few days. And your opportunity is the Five of Swords. This was in our main reading that I'm remembering because we're cutting the worm in half. Okay, so this can be about someone in your realm, someone in your environment who is deceptive, and it can also denote self-deception. Okay, that kind of, I'm seeing these worms now. I'm thinking, don't cut yourself in two. Don't be living two sort of lives. Either being deceptive to yourself by ignoring shadow, or being deceptive to other people, or there is someone in your, I'm sure you're not deceptive, someone in your environment who has been deceptive. And there may be deception going on from your children. There may be something that needs to come out into the light, but it's certainly, there will be an opportunity with any issues you've had. It may be a sudden change in that you see that deception for the first time. Okay, so that is what I have for you. Make those conscious connections. Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to give you a more personalised read about this Uranus Venus conjunction, which is happening in your fourth house. So, this is the house of home, family, foundation. It can be ancestral, it can be your inner self. Okay, so this is happening at the foundations of your life on your angles. Okay, so there will be that kind of breakthrough in and breaking free of maybe patterns of behaviour that are not good, cutting karmic kind of karmic patterns, or cutting free from ancestral karma. But also it can be to do with your home, your family, the relations in there. So yeah, so I'm going to pull you an oracle card, Aquarius, and when to see what spirit has to say through the oracle, and then I'll pull a tarot card for your challenge and your opportunity. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so you've got Sacred Fall. All right. So this is like the full card. It is the new beginning. This is going to be, and I think because it's in your angular house, it usually has a lot more impact. And it will be going into your fifth house, which is the house of good fortune, Uranus, okay, and Venus. Mm. So yeah, you have sacred fall. So that's a new beginning. That is holding sacred things that you don't understand. So it could be this ancestral work, this karmic breaking off. There could be a sudden change with that. You may just become aware that patterns of behavior you've struggled with for years, things, obstacles that you haven't been able to get over, repeated things, repeated patterns. You may suddenly have this breakthrough and breaking free of those patterns that are karmically based, an ending of karmic contracts as well. It could also be a new beginning in your home. It could be a new start. It could either be, something added on to your house, an extension or an addition within the family, child, grandchild, and just a new beginning to relationships, maybe a reorganization of responsibilities within the home. So everything home, family, inner work, roots. This is where the unexpected change is going to come, and it's going to be bringing a fresh, brand new beginning. Okay, so I will pull your challenge, and I will pull things on my desk. I keep dragging out. I'll pull your challenge and your opportunity card here. So your challenge, yeah, this was in the main read. The Nine of Wands. Okay, so I think there's going to be some really substantial change for you. Okay. All those changes have been slowly but surely coming, and there's going to be a massive breakthrough around your home, family foundations, your karmic contracts, and just a karmic cycle or ancestral work. Okay. I really see this. This is fire energy in an earth house. Okay. But it's coping with that change. It's the steps. I've got a sense that you've been slowly walking up those stairs. Maybe a new set of staircases as you move your home, but things are going to break through. They're going to conclude. They're going to come to an end because you've got Uranus in the very last degree of Taurus moving on the 7th of July. So, but your challenge is to keep moving with that change, keep allowing that change, changing faces of the moon, allow that change. You might be feeling a little bit battered, but know that that challenge, you're going to be rewarded. Okay. You're going to be really rewarded if you've been doing inner work and you've been battling and fighting on to face that shadow, to break the karmic contracts, to move beyond ancestral karma. That's all going to come to fruition very shortly. Okay. And your challenge. Oh, this is so interesting. Your opportunity is the Fool. So I think that message, you have the Fool tarot card. Okay, that new chick, that might be a new baby, a new beginning, and this sacred Fool. Okay, so new beginnings for you. That's your opportunity. Whatever this large, sudden change is, this lightning strike, this breakthrough, breaking free. That's how you're going to feel fresh, new start. Okay, that's what I've got for you. And hello, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm going to do a little read for you to make it a little bit more personal about this Uranus Venus conjunction, which is happening in your third house. So, the third house is about neighborhood. It's the joy of the moon. So, it's what changes through your day. It's your movement flow, the ease or difficulty through your day. It's your neighborhood, your town, your village, your tribe. It's your siblings, yeah, it's your town, it's all the things in your environment. So this sudden change of Uranus has been transiting your third house for 7 years. It could have meant that you've had this, this constant changes of home. Yeah. Um, or constant changes of environment. Yeah. Could be that. I mean, it's been in my third house, so I know I have moved so much. I've changed my environment so much over the last 7 years. So it could be an end to that. Could be a change to that. And with Uranus moving into Gemini, that's family, home, property. So it could be that. But there's going to be a sudden change to do with siblings, to do with your environment, to do with your day to day, the way you flow in and out of the day. Okay. So I'm going to have a look at the Sacred Rebel deck because Uranus is rebellion and the revolution. So let's see, have a look at what revolution the oracle's saying is going on. And then I'll pull you some tarot, okay, for your challenge and your opportunity. Oh, beautiful. This has come out before. I think it was Sagittarius. So if you've got a lot of energy in your natal chart in Sagittarius, have a look at that. Okay, diving for the light. So we are talking about challenges around your environment. Maybe you've been looking at, and Pisces again, yeah, because Sagittarius was Jupiter ruled. Okay, you're Jupiter ruled, so it's that kind of eternal optimism. So perhaps in your environment with all the changes or things that have been difficult there, you've been looking for the light, or you've been diving for the light in you to look for that stability that's within your soul, within your spirit. Your connection with divine. So yeah, so dive in for the light. So keep diving, never stop that diving for the light. We all need to do it. It's ancient wisdom stored in our bodies. Okay. So that is the oracle saying that diving for light. There may be, unexpected change with manifestation in that area. The work that you've put in, there could be unexpected change in how you dive for the light. You know, it could be your siblings this is happening to, or someone in your neighborhood. But yeah, just, oh, there's your challenge, just dropped out. Okay. Ah, so your challenge is Ten of Wands. Your challenge probably has been burden, the burdens that you're carrying, the burdens that you have carried, what you are carrying. It could be that this sudden change, this unexpected change, this lightning strike gives you a sense of burden, but hold it. Don't be dragged down with it. The rider wait with the man carrying all the bundle of sticks on his back, going towards the town. So don't be burdened by it. You haven't got far to go with it. Okay. It might be heavy for a short while, but you haven't got far to go. The town is in sight. And given that the third house is about your neighbourhood, your town, there may be something you're involved with within your town that has become a burden that needs to change, or it could be that, the burden, the irritation within your town. The heaviness of your town, that you find a way to break through that, to bring that Jupiterian joy and that love and compassion somewhere in your town. But there's a challenge to it. Okay, so yeah, there's your challenge and your opportunity. Your opportunity is your high priestess. This is the trump card for Pisces. So you're going to come into your own. And Venus sits in a lovely little sextile, which is the nature of Venus. Okay. And Venus is exalted in Pisces. So this bodes well. There may be a bit of a burden. There may be a burden that's going to be broken through for you, and you're going to be able to move into that sense of high priestess energy. I'm guessing with the dive in for light, that this could actually be a spiritual breakthrough. You could have been, praying for, hoping for, um, doing energy work within your community, serving people with energy work or spiritual giftings. Okay. And this is going to give you a breakthrough. Okay. Um, yeah, it's about the secrets, it's what's hidden. It's what's hidden within you. It's secret knowledge. It's esoteric knowledge. Perhaps, the opportunity will be to study the esoteric sciences, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful card. It's an opportunity to move into that energetic of the high priestess, which happens to be the card of your of your sign. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pisces. Bye bye.